seal that is, lasted about 10 minutes. The magistrate read out a long list of charges to which the 3 men were not required to plead. These include wounding with intent, 2 counts of use of a firearm to endanger life, cultivation of cannabis, possession with intent to supply, possession, trafficking, possession of a .22 firearm, possession of 2 rounds of ammunition, and possession of a .45 firearm. They were also each separately charged with the offense of endangering life. The police officer who was shot in the hand during the drug eradication exercise is recovering in hospital. 5,789 cannabis plants were seized during that operation. Meantime, a St. George man who was arrested and charged in connection with a number of sexual offences is also expected to appear in court today. Kinshar Lavon Maskell, 38 years, of Jacks Hall, is to appear at the Oistins Magistrates Court, where he will answer 2 counts of rape and a robbery charge. These offences were allegedly committed in the parishes of St. John and St. Philip in December last year. In other news now, the time has come for a debate on the historic city of Bridgetown, the suggestion from Chairman of the Barbados Private Sector Association, Alex MacDonald. He believes that Barbados has to find ways to encourage people to travel to Bridgetown for purposes other than business.
Not only a matter of just mere commerce in terms of buying and selling, but I think that quite rightly, it's the entertainment, the interesting things that are going on within town. So for us, I mean, maybe later hours, more of the cafe culture coming into town. Those are the kind of things we really do applaud the improved lighting. I mean, if you drive through town in the night now, you'll see that nearly all of the alleyways, the side streets, the major streets are better lit. We do have to find a way to really have a debate about what we want to have in town. Should we pedestrianize it? Should we have a ring road around it? What times can traffic move in and out, and so on. I mean, I think those are debates that are healthy and are going to be good for the vendors and the merchants in town.
Mr. MacDonald says Bridgetown, like other cities, is mixed use and the country has to maintain the character of its residential areas.
The gentrification that we see in other cities, while it is laudable in some ways, the authentic Bridgetown, culture is still the Nelson Street, the Cat Castle, the Orleans, and those areas too. So we do think that there can be, in my opinion, this is just personally speaking, retention of the chapel houses, retention of the narrow streets and the cantilevered balconies over the street is essential to making it a unique and what people would call quaint view. Also remembering that people do live in town and it is their home.
The Barbados Road Safety Association's decision to mount displays as part of its public education campaign appears to be working and is reaching several road users. Now, many crosses signifying the number of lives lost on the nation's roads last year have been on display at Warren's St. Michael for motorists traversing that busy area. President of the Road Safety Association, Charmaine Rowland Bowen, says the feedback has been positive.
From the comments that we have been getting, from the public, general public, it really causes them to think. It really causes them to think about their own vulnerability, as it relates, and not to take anything whatsoever for granted. We need to be vigilant. We always need, as long as we are on our roads, from the time you get into your vehicle or on foot and you step foot on that pavement, that road, there's a risk there. There's a risk that you would not reach your destination safely. Something could happen.
Mrs. Rowland Bowen wants employers to ensure that employees hired as drivers are trained properly.
Driving is one of the most dangerous things, that we do, but we take it, slightly lightly. We need to emphasize the risk that is always there, and we need to be able to manage that risk. So we are encouraging employers, to allow their employees, as part of their responsibility and their duty of care under the health and safety legislation as well, they need to ensure that their employees are competent and that they are properly trained and able to carry out the task.
Culture Minister Stephen Lashley believes the entertainment and sport sectors are key to helping promote growth in the local economy. He shared his views during a recent song crafting workshop organized by Destiny Management Agency, that is. He says this will only be achieved with several of the players in the music industry being involved in its development.
I happen to believe that the cultural industry sector, combined with sports, hold the best hope for Barbados in transforming our economy and propelling growth in our economy. That is my view. I hope that you share that view too. But if you share that view, I think that we have got to be more robust. We have got to be more energetic. We have to thirst for success in a way that we've never done before if we are serious about the growth of the music industry in Barbados.
And with regards to the Cultural Industries Act, Mr. Lashley says he is open to making any sensible adjustments.
I am very willing to make the necessary changes to the legislation that makes sense in accordance with the practice within the sector. So it is not, and this has been the case with all bits of legislation. We pass legislation with a view to moving forward. But as the sector gains experience, then I am very open to receiving that experience, and if it means making changes to the legislation to ensure that this sector can do what we want it to do, then I can assure you that that is what will happen.
Producer of this year's Barbados Music Awards, Ronnie Morris, is pleased by the response to the event. The 11th edition of the show was hosted last evening at the Wilde Gymnasium. There, several stakeholders in the entertainment industry, such as artists, producers, writers, and media personnel, were recognized for their contributions.
Of the gymnasium, and I think we achieved the potential audience we were looking for. The Barbados Music Awards is now in its 11th year. There's so much happening around us, and the event tonight really showcased the versatility of our product. You have hip-hop, you have reggae, you have R&B. There's so many things that come together to make Barbados' music industry what it is.
2015 Party Monarch and Tune of the Crop King, Peter Ram, walked away with the Male Entertainer of the Year prize. It was a hat trick for Rihanna as she won the Female Entertainer of the Year, Song of the Year, and the Pop Artist of the Year. Lead Pipe and Sadis caught the Duo Group of the Year award, while the Electric Twins won the Best New Artist award. Chantel received the BMA Diamond Award. Reggae fans can expect to hear more from veteran artist Glenn Washington this year. The singer disclosed that he's planning to release a 16-track album along with some singles.
I got some singles, new singles are just released right now. I got a video releasing on the 2nd of January. That's the day that we leave back for the United States. A video release. The title of the track is called Where I Belong. It's a collab with me and artist called Edie Dennis. Is an answer to what's going on with the youths that's been crucified or killed. The young black youths have been crucified. It's an answer to it.
Apart from his own work, the Jamaican will also be helping younger artists hone their craft.
I'm actually trying to encourage everyone that's in the business, especially the younger ones that's coming in the business, to do whatever they do to the best of their ability and do something that people can listen to. Make music that children can listen to, which you have to cover their ear because it's lewd and out of order. Make music that when another 100 years you play them, they still sound good and still feel good and still give you that same vibe.
Time for a break now, but when we come back, regional and international news. Stay with us.